As a visual note taker, one of the opportunities that we have when sketching out ideas instead of just writing them down is to bring people into the picture. You can do that by drawing simple stick figures, and you can also do that by drawing simple faces that express specific emotions. Getting the right emotion can be a little bit challenging though, and in this video I would like to share a map that I think will make that process of drawing a face a little bit easier. We're going to map out emotions from high energy to low energy, and from pleasant feeling to unpleasant feeling. I was introduced to this specific type of mapping within the book The Power of Full Engagement. I did a full visual summary of that book if you'd like to check it out. Here though, I'd like to start to fill these 4 quadrants with faces and show you how there are some patterns in the way that you draw the features of that face as you move up, down, left, or right. Let's start in the high energy, pleasant feeling quadrant and think about what it would look like to progress toward higher energy and more pleasant feeling. Let's say that our first emotion here is happy. It's more high energy than low energy, and it's more pleasant feeling than unpleasant. For this one, we'll go with a simple smiley face, but then as we increase the energy and the pleasant feeling, we might go from happy to excited. The changes in facial features might be some raised eyebrows and an open mouth instead of a closed one. In the next increase, we might go from excited to ecstatic. And here you might draw wide open eyes and exaggerate the eyebrows by placing them above the head. So with just these first 3 examples here, I hope you can start to see how to ramp up or down a particular emotion by exaggerating or simplifying just these 3 facial features of eyes, mouth, and eyebrows. Let's look at a few more examples, this time in the high energy, unpleasant feeling quadrant. We'll follow a similar progression, starting with someone who's annoyed. In this case, we can use eyebrows angled down toward the center of the face, as well as a dot toward the side a little bit for the mouth. And then if we increase the energy and the unpleasantness, we might go from annoyed to angry, still with dots for eyes and angled in eyebrows. But then for the mouth, maybe we have this jagged line. And then to move from angry to furious, we've got those wide open eyes again and a more expressive open mouth. Someone who's about to start shouting. So again, look at how these simple shifts in either the mouth or the eyes, how those impact the emotion that's depicted. And for one other example in this quadrant, that's the same level of energy but less unpleasant, maybe nervous fits about here. We can keep those wide open eyes, place the eyebrows above the head, and then draw a mouth with gritting teeth. As we work our way around the map now, slightly low energy, slightly unpleasant, could be a good place for bored, which is a somewhat expressionless face, so we won't include eyebrows at all, and we'll do a simple straight line for the mouth. Moving way down from there, we might get to overwhelmed. Here we can draw closed eyes, angled down a little bit, with some similar eyebrows, and then an open mouth and a frown. And then maybe confused lives about right here, with one eyebrow flipped compared to the other, and a simple squiggly line for the mouth. And then to fill things out a bit, let's look at 4 emotions within the pleasant feeling but low energy quadrant. Satisfied might look like this, eyes closed, but arching upward as opposed to the downward that we see within overwhelmed, and a simple smile. Proud might look exactly the same, plus an addition of some curvature lines at the end of the mouth, just to show a little bit more expression. A slightly lower energy than satisfied might be content, which you draw simply by removing the eyebrows. And then moving from content to calm, you can just shift the arch of the closed eyes to point down instead of up. I find it really interesting how those slight alterations make a difference in how we perceive a face. And I hope that mapping things out in this way helps you to see how you might tweak one facial feature or another to get at a specific emotion. I encourage you to use what I've shared here as a starting point, but then keep filling out this map with new emotions. And as you do that, here are some mouth shapes that you might experiment with, most of which you saw at least one example of, except for that tongue sticking out, and a simple circle. And here's a set of eyes that you can use. Sometimes just a dot, or a circle or oval with a dot in the middle. You could show someone winking, or these variations of eyes closed. And then with the eyebrows, you can go with a couple of curved lines in various orientations or a couple of straight lines. And of course, feel free to add your own variations here. Come up with your own mouth, eye, and eyebrow styles if you ever find this set to be lacking. And then start weaving faces like these, perhaps with a stick figure body, into your visual notes. I think once you start tying the ideas that you're learning about to the human experience, it can make those ideas that much more memorable. For more resources on developing your sketchnoting skills, head on over to verbaltovisual.com. There you'll find a full library of courses that you can dig into, as well as live weekly workshops where you can connect with me and other visual thinkers from around the globe. So do go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again soon with more sketchnoting tips. Till then.